Jaylen Brown says, fuck Stephen A. Smith, and he'll stop streaming if Stephen A. Smith retires. I'm gonna edit all the ads out and the lag out, so don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Y'all
Not much longer now, and I will also take to the skies.
Me too.
You? No, you will always be a worm.
Just wait and see.
Red Bull gives you wings.
It's been
I'm
difficult.
gonna edit all the
it's not
ads
easy
out.
being a bio major.
You get a lot of information thrown at you at once, then you're kind of left to your own devices.
So I asked AI mode to take my notes and turn them to a study guide with all the terms I need to remember.
Using Lens and Chrome makes it all simple. I could just select it.
Let's get into the good stuff. Last week I had an exchange online with Stephen A. Where he was vocal about what he thought I needed to do, and he also said some other things. So let's watch it.
That Jayson Tatum hasn't appeared on Jaylen Brown's program.
Okay.
You know where Jayson Tatum was? Right here on First Take.
Let's pause right there. What type of journalism is this? Jayson Tatum hasn't been on my stream, and this is what we're talking about on First Take. What if JT just don't like being somewhere in an uncontrolled environment? Why are you doing journalism on me having guests on my stream? And this is a part of the reason why I started streaming. This is a part of the reason why people use the term clown and it synchronizes with someone like Stephen A. Smith. Because this is what
This nigga be trying to sound so... Yo, he said when people use the word clown, it synchronizes with someone like Stephen A. Smith.
what you're using your platform for. What are you talking about? Let's continue.
Jayson Tatum. So in other words, Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum showed up on First Take before he showed up on your dance.
What does that have to do with anything? What? This is journalism? This is why I started streaming, chat. What does that have to do with basketball? What does that have to do with performance? What does that have to do with anything relative to like the game? You know what I mean? It doesn't. And this is where, you know, why people call him out, because he uses his platform and his nature. And his nature can be, this causes issues.
And then this is stuff that just flying over your head? You think nobody notices that hasn't happened? You're saying it's the year that Jayson Tatum was down with an Achilles tear is your favorite year? The year that Jayson Tatum had to sit out, this closeout game 7 because of the injury incurred in game 6. That's your favorite year? The year that you lose 3-1. Of all the stars in the history of the Boston Celtics, you the only one because you were driving a bus. Ain't nobody pointing to Jayson Tatum. He was sitting. Right. He was sitting. He was in street clothes. You the only one. The only star in the history of the Boston Celtics that ever lost a 3-1 lead and surrendered it, and that's your favorite year. Why? Because you and your teammates developed better chemistry and camaraderie? You understand what I'm saying? Because you overcame adversity?
See, this is where I gotta pause again. See, this is a narrative that he's creating. This is in journalism. This is him making his own opinion and formalizing it about what I had to say on his platform. And this is why, respectfully, a lot of people say fuck Stephen A. Because this is the type of stuff he does and then he doesn't recognize it. But he's creating a narrative saying that the reason why I'm saying that I had my favorite seasons is because selfishly I had a best performing year. Not the fact that we outproved expectations, not the fact that everybody expected us to be nothing and we had to fight and we showed up and we competed every single day and we had to fight for every victory. Not the joy of watching our teammates grow, or not the joy of watching guys who are unproven start to solidify themselves as well through leadership, through chemistry. Like, he maybe not doesn't understand that because maybe he's never had to fight for nothing in his life. Maybe anytime adversity is hit, he's rolled over or he's gave in. So he thinks it's the same thing as somebody who has little to no expectation and they stood up and they made a name for themselves. He may not understand that concept, and that's why he's pushing his narrative. But once again, this is what Stephen A. is using his platform for. Let's see what he finishes with.
What happens? What's the remedy? Given all these things you're pointing out, I'm with you. But that's why I brought up the whole trade thing again. What are you going to do about it?
I don't mind. But what I'm saying is the first order of business is that he needs to be quiet and like big.
Let me stop right there. Did he just say I needed to be quiet? Be quiet for who? Man, Stephen A. Stephen A, Stephen B, Stephen C. My offer still stands. You want me to be quiet and stop streaming? Well, I want you to be quiet and get off these networks, because you're not using your platform to do real journalism. You're using your platform to use clickbait. You're using your platform to, let's go back and let's use example A. You talking about JT not coming on my stream, and this is the journalism that you're referring to.
Tatum hasn't appeared on Jaylen Brown's program. You know where Jason Tatum was? Right here on First Take. Jason Tatum. So in other words, Jaylen Brown.
He thought he ate with that one too. Like, right here on First Take. Man, nobody give a damn about no damn First Take. This is the reason why I started streaming in the first place. Did I want to be a streamer? No. But the media has gotten so bad, chat. The media has gotten so goddamn bad where it's like, anytime you say anything as an athlete, it's going to be taken and pulled in different directions. We already seen the example of that. I know it's going to happen. That's just the world we live in. But at least now, because I have an obligation, like it's my job to speak to the media. Like it's in my contract. If I don't speak to the media, I will be fined. What did Marshawn Lynch say? Everybody know the famous quote, I'm here so I don't get fined. If you don't speak to the media as an athlete, you get fined. So I have a media responsibility. I have a media responsibility as well, just like anyone else, any other athlete. The only problem is that for me, I prefer to take matters into my own hands. I'd rather talk straight to you guys, straight to the people. You can see my reaction. You can see my thought process. I'm breaking down the film. I'm breaking down the game. I'm talking about the ins and outs of the NBA. I'm still fulfilling my media obligation, but I'm just not doing it in the traditional manner. And this is an example of Melo talking about, streaming and Twitch and Kick and the athletes and what the future could possibly look like. I'm not trying to put writers out of a job. Like, obviously writers are gonna always be involved in the game, breaking down the game, but I think players giving more access instead of giving PR statements and you get to actually hear from them on their own accord. I actually think that will be seen a lot more going forward. And I think some other people agree.
Give a press conference to a company, right? When I'm my own IP, I can go do my own press conference. I can go do my own. Streaming is a new press conference.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody want to sit in the room no more and answer questions on 5, 6, 7 reporters. They want to get to the nitty gritty of it and face it face to face with your followers and the people who's actually watching. Because they're the ones who really gonna ask the real questions. So if I get my message to you, then I get my message to everybody else.
I'm gonna edit the ads, though. Don't worry about it. You feel me? I'm gonna edit all this out.
Hey, did you know you might get a big cash payout if you were
I'm gonna edit this out. Don't worry about it.
in a car accident up to 1 year ago, even if you weren't driving? Just click the link around this video to see how much you can get.
I thought that was a good take of kind of helping understand of why athletes or why I started streaming in the first place. I think obviously I might be early, but I think more people will start to see the same sentiment. You know what I mean? Because the media platforms or the normal traditional markets have all turned their revenue to
two types of G's on not but
like creating.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This shit is getting boring. Jaylen Brown, shout out JB.
The media.
Maybe shout out JB. I'm not watching the rest of the video. I'm not gonna lie. This shit is fucking boring. But look though, Stephen A. Smith, he's a bitch ass nigga. Let's be honest, and he a coon. So, you know what I mean, nobody really fucked with. Here we go. Next episode. Facts. Yup. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly, bro. That is weirdo. You understand the trolls and you heard him ignoring down changes. Yeah, sports journalism. Yeah. Stewart's gotta be the way. JB's actually gave up about but I agree with Mr. Brown. The part narrative. If I can mention it, get around the skits again. Just center perspective, all the women in the bride and the wedding and the course of the funeral. What the fuck is Stephen A. thinking he is with the painting man support? Someone be quiet, hilarious. Things really more coming to experience the debate, the argument debate properly. And yeah, Bailey going and arguing the fools of this sports and watching and more free figures and drama. No JB gonna bounce this decision as being Perky better. Yeah. So nobody fucks with Stephen A. Smith. Clearly. Yeah.